Good morning. Good morning. Welcome or welcome back to Bookeemonsters. My name is PK. It is Tuesday, May the 21st, and we are here to look at the new releases that are being released this week, hence they are called new releases. And today we are looking at mystery and thrillers. Each day of the week we look at a different genre. Yesterday we looked at cozy mysteries. Today we are looking at mysteries and thrillers, a little bit grittier side stuff. Tomorrow we'll be looking at romance. Thursday we'll be looking at fantasy and science fiction. And Friday is Freeform Friday. We'll be looking at this other stuff that catches our attention and more cozy mysteries because there's always more cozy mysteries. Announcements. We do have sprints tonight at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. They'll go for 2.5 hours. I do every Tuesday and Thursday evenings and Saturday afternoons at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, 3 p.m. Eastern. Elena said, "Good morning. And how are you?" I am doing well so far. And I knew you're gonna say because you knew I was gonna ask. I'm glad to hear you're doing okay. Kim says, "Good morning." Mary, good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I am thrilled to be here. Couldn't resist. It was low hanging fruit. You had to. Kim says, laughing out loud. Mary, how did your doctor's visit go yesterday? Are you feeling chipper? You're feeling chipper this morning. Hope so. Hope it went well. Good checkup. Kim says it went well. Changing one of my medications and adding one. It was just my regular 3-month visit. Okay. Still laying in bed. Oh, that sounds so nice. Kim changing. Yep. Changing the dosage. Oh, okay. Very good to hear. Lucky girl. Wish I was still in bed. My corgis get me up early these mornings, and then they snooze. I'm not so. Yeah, on weekends, Kyo wants to walk right away, and then we go back to bed. All right, let me get rid of this banner. I do have a lot up here. Let's close that one. Which way? Which way should we go? A lot of thrillers. All right. How is Keo these days? Out of the cone of shame. Yep, he is. He's been out of the cone of shame. We were going to be having a follow-up this afternoon, but the vet called on Sunday and said his latest cultures came back negative. So we are able to stop the anti-fungus medicine, and I do have to stop by and pick up some flea and tick medication because we are heavily tickish this summer, it appears. Kim won't still be in bed when dog sitting in a few weeks. That's right. You signed up for another one. Another week. Oh, those doggies get in your heart. Truth, Truth, Lie by Claire McGowan. Everyone here has killed someone. There is no way off this island. You will all either kill or be killed here. One of these statements is a lie, but which one? Amira is less than thrilled to be spending the weekend with her husband's university friends. Two of them are hosting a joint 40th on a private Scottish island. Never go to those. With vintage champagne, expensive gifts, and soaks in the wood-fired hot tub. Despite the luxury, Amira knows she's going to feel left out, not to mention freezing cold and cut off. When they decide to play two truths and a lie, anonymously posting 3 statements about themselves into a box, years of resentment starts bubbling to the surface, and then an extra slip of paper emerges, scrawled with 3 chilling threats. Who wrote it? And are 2 of the statements really true? Have they all been responsible for someone's death? With no phone reception and no way off the island, the group are trapped here until the end of the weekend. And as tension rises and secrets are spilled, they can't shake the feeling that they're not the only ones here. Is someone watching them? Someone who wants them dead? Or is it one of them who has murder in mind? It is a Kindle Unlimited. They keep finding variations of "and then there were none." Good for them. Under the Palms by Kara Ruda. Ticks are bad here in Virginia for sure. Wish humans could take some kind of tick. Exactly. Like our four-legged friends. I mean, it probably wouldn't be fun, but could be kind of worth it. Intriguing plot. Truth, truth, lie. Never heard of this game, but interesting. It's an interesting idea. I might check that out further. I've gotten into a thriller kind of mood this year. Not all the time, but you know, palate cleansing. Under the Palms, Kara Ruda, second in the Kingsley series. During a weekend retreat, oh man, don't do the weekend retreats. A powerful family plays. See, stay home, do nothing like I do. A powerful family plays a dangerous game of dark secrets and cold-blooded ambition. Under the direction of the Kingsley's new president, Paige, the family has gathered for a weekend retreat at a luxurious Laguna Beach resort. Still clinging to the hope of succession are the sons of Richard Kingsley, the family patriarch and CEO John, the oldest, who clawed his way back from a dark tragedy, and Paige's estranged husband, Ted, the golden boy. When Richard's ex and his wayward daughter join the fray, Paige finds herself with two fast allies. They know a secret that could shatter the family legacy. Call it leverage, call it revenge. The Kingsley women believe they have the upper hand. But as the power games begin, greater threats than the howling Santa Ana winds are coming. Because this weekend, amid so much greed and betrayal, no Kingsley is safe. It's family. Watch your back. When We Were Silent by Fiona McPhillips. An outsider threatens to expose the secrets of an elite private school. Louise Manson is the newest student at Highfield Manor, Dublin's most exclusive private school. It seems nearly perfect. The high arched window alcoves and tall granite pillars, the overspill of lilac at the front gate, and the immaculate playing fields, the giggling students, the dusty oak-lined library, and the dark, festering secret she has come to expose. At first, Lou's working class status makes her the consummate outsider, though all that changes when she's befriended by the beautiful and wealthy Shauna Power. But Lou finds out that even Shauna is caught up in Highfield's web, and her time there ends with a lifeless body sprawled at her feet. 30 years later, Lou has rebuilt her life after the harrowing events of the so-called Highfield affair, when she gets a shocking phone call. Ronan Power, Shauna's brother, is a high-profile lawyer bringing a lawsuit against the school, and he needs Lou to testify. At least it's not a podcast. Now, with a daughter and career to protect, the last thing Lou wants is for Highfield Manor to be back in her life. But to finally free herself and others, she has to confront her past, go to battle once more, and discover once and for all what really happened at Highfield. Okay. At least, like I say, there are podcasts. There's a reason to be going over it without that element. It's just been done to death. Sorry about that. Coffee was required. Both arms already feel like total mosquito bites, so gee. I hate them. That's why. I'm more of a fall girl. I just don't like bugs. The Long November by Walt Gragg. An American military force fights a desperate battle against an overwhelming enemy. What starts as a military coup in Pakistan has ignited South Asia and threatens to spread to the world's largest democracy in India. American and British allies struggle to rescue Western civilians who have been cut off in Islamabad. What starts as a desperate race turns into a grim siege. But the fate of a few innocents pales in comparison to one inescapable fact. Pakistan is a nuclear power, and some of those weapons are unaccounted for. That is a thriller. The Main Character by Jacqueline Goldis. This one had caught my attention a while ago. A best-selling thriller author arranges a luxury train trip that is not what it appears to be. This is in homage to Agatha Christie. Reclusive, mysterious author Ginevra X is famous for her unusual approach to crafting her big best-selling thrillers. She hires real people and conducts intensive interviews, then fictionalizes them. Her latest main character, Rory, is thrilled when Ginevra presents her with an extravagant bonus, a lavish trip along Italy's Mediterranean coast on the famed, newly renovated Orient Express. But when Rory boards the train, she's stunned to discover that her brother, her best friend, and even her ex fiance are passengers as well, all invited by Ginevra, all hiding secrets. With each stop, the Cinque Terre to Rome to from Cinque Terre to Rome to Positano, it becomes increasingly clear that Ginevra has masterminded the ultimate real-life twisty plot with Rory as her main character. And as Ginevra's deceptions mount, the lies and machinations of Rory's travel companions pile up. Rory begins to fear that her trip will culminate like one of Ginevra's books, with a murder or two. In the opulent compartments of the iconic train, Rory must untangle the shocking reasons why Ginevra wanted them all aboard, and to what deadly end. That sounded intriguing to me. But commentary on that author, how lazy. I'm just going to hire real people and write about it. A new Tom Clancy estate. This is by Brian Andrews and Jeffrey Wilson, 24th in the Jack Ryan series estate. A rogue nuclear Russian submarine is steaming toward the east coast of the United States. For President Jack Ryan, memories of past events may seem stunningly vivid, but the dangers are terrifyingly real. U.S. intelligence is reporting turmoil in the Russian Navy. Their deadliest submarine, the Belgorod, has unexpectedly launched and taken along with it a long list of questions. Who authorized the departure? What mission is it on? And most disturbing of all, what weapons do the giant doors on the sub's bow hide? It's been 4 decades since a similar incident with the Soviet sub Red October and ended happily, thanks to a young CIA analyst named Jack Ryan. Now, President Jack Ryan finds himself with fleets of ships, squadrons of jets, and teams of SEALs at his command. But what he doesn't have is insight into the plans of the Belgorod's commander. It falls to a younger generation of Ryans to do the dangerous work that will reveal that information. But there's always a price to be paid. When the final moments tick away, will Jack Ryan have to choose between the safety of his child? Well, yes, he will. The Last Murder at the End of the World. Whoa, sorry about that. By Stuart Turton. An inventive, high-concept murder mystery, an ingenious puzzle, an extraordinary backdrop, with an audacious solution. Solve the murder to save what's left of the world. This is the Last Murder at the End of the World, Stuart Turton. Solve the murder to save what's left of the world. Outside the island, there is nothing. The world was destroyed by a fog that swept the planet, killing anyone it touched. On the island, it is idyllic. 122 villagers and 3 scientists living in peaceful harmony. The villagers are content to fish, farm, and feast, to obey their nightly curfew, to do what they're told by the scientists. Until, to the horror of the islanders, one of their beloved scientists is found brutally stabbed to death. And then they learn that the murder has triggered a lowering of the security system around the island, the only thing that was keeping the fog at bay. If the murder isn't solved within 107 hours, the fog will smother the island and everyone on it. But the security system has also wiped everyone's memories of exactly what happened the night before, which means that someone on the island is a murderer and they don't even know it, and the clock is ticking. I don't know. It's a little too much. Too much there. Still Waters by Matt Goldman. If you're reading this email, I am dead. I know this will sound strange, but someone has been trying to kill me. Liv and Gabe Alstrom are estranged siblings who haven't seen each other in years, but that's about to change when they receive a rare call from their older brother's wife. Mac is dead, she says. He died of a seizure. 5 minutes after they hang up, Liv and Gabe each receive a scheduled email from their dead brother claiming that he was murdered. The siblings return to their family run resort in the North Woods of Minnesota to investigate Mac's claims, but Leech Lake has more in store for them than either could imagine. Drawn into a tangled web of lies and betrayal that spans decades, they put their lives on the line to unravel the truth about their brother, their parents, themselves, and the small town in which they grew up. After all, no one can keep a secret in a small town, but someone in Leech Lake is willing to kill for the truth to stay buried. Oh, a new one by Ruth Ware. One Perfect Couple. Oh my goodness. Agatha Christie is the trend this summer. This is hearkening to Agatha Christie's classic, And Then There Were None. Lots of these this summer. Follows five couples trapped on a storm-swept island as a killer stalks among them. Lila is in a bit of a rut. Her postdoctoral research has fizzled out. She's pretty sure they won't extend her contract, and things with her boyfriend Nico, an aspiring actor, aren't going great. When the opportunity arises for Nico to join the cast of a new reality TV show, One Perfect Couple, she decides to try out with him. A whirlwind audition process later, Lila finds herself whisked off to a tropical paradise with Nico, boating around the Indian Ocean towards Ever After Island, where the two of them will compete against four other couples, Bayer and Angel, Dan and Santana, Joel and Rami, and Connor and Zaina, in order to win a cash prize. But not long after they arrive on the deserted island, things start to go wrong. Really? It's TV. After the first challenge leaves everyone rattled and angry, an overnight storm takes matters from bad to worse. We're shocked. Cut off from the mainland by miles of ocean, deprived of their phones and unable to contact the crew that brought them there, the group must band together for survival. As tensions run high and fresh water runs low, Lila finds that this game show is all too real, and the stakes are life or death. Again, publishers just jump on a trend and kill it. They ride it to death. Double Tap by Cindy Dees. This is second in a Helen Warwick thriller. As an elite assassin for the CIA, Helen Warwick was trained to keep a low profile, to blend into the crowd, to eliminate her targets swiftly, silently, and efficiently. But now that she's retired, Helen is forced to take on a very different and very public role as the proud mother of a rising young politician. At a DC press conference for her son's campaign, she sees the ominous green light of a gun laser fixed on her son's head, and her CIA training kicks in. Now, that would be funny to see. She jumps into action, pushes her son down, and saves him from a sniper's bullet. In that moment, Helen realizes she will never escape the secrets of her past or the deranged man she thought she killed. He is still alive and coming for her family. His codename is Scorpius, a Russian mole embedded in the CIA. He recruits dangerous sociopaths ejected from the military and trains them to kill at command. None of his CIA colleagues, including Helen Warwick, know his true identity. But when members of his kill team begin to disappear, he realizes his entire operation may be at risk. His greatest threat, Helen Warwick, has agreed to rejoin the CIA to help expose Scorpius after the assassination attempt on her son. She suspects that Scorpius may be one of her colleagues, part of a vast conspiracy that reaches the highest levels of government. And now that her family has been personally targeted, she's willing to break every rule in the CIA handbook to stop Scorpius and his trained killers. Unless, of course, they kill her first. Dot, 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 dot. This next one, I believe I've read the first book in this ongoing series. I've not read the second. Lockdown. This is third in the NYPD Negotiators series by Sarah Driscoll. When a horrific school shooting turns into a hostage situation, only Gemma Capello, the NYPD's most skilled negotiator, has a chance to save innocent lives and end the crisis. Talking a suspect into sending his hostages out alive is NYPD Detective Gemma Capello's specialty. Alerted to a school shooting at her nephew's Brooklyn high school, she is one of the first officers on scene. Detective Sean Logan and the apprehension tactical team arrive next and immediately enter the school to apprehend the two shooters, while Gemma remains outside to help students evacuate. But as time stretches on and there is no word of her nephew, her fear builds that he is one of the lost. One of the two shooters has holed up with a group of students and their teacher as hostages. Gemma steps in to negotiate for their survival. Floors away and armed with only her wits and the sound of her voice to convince him, Gemma fights for control of the situation even as tactical leadership pressures her for a more aggressive strategy. But for Gemma, it's not about a quick solution. It's about moving heaven and earth to bring everyone in the classroom home, and she'll do whatever it takes to achieve that goal. I might have to read that second one sooner rather than later. A Long Time Gone by Charlie Donnelly. On the first day of an elite 2-year fellowship under the renowned Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Livia Cuddy, Sloan Hastings received, under Chief Medical Officer Dr. Livia Cuddy, Sloan Hastings receives a research assignment in the emerging field of forensic genealogy. It's the exciting, rapidly evolving science behind the recent breaks in high-profile cold cases, from the Golden State Killer to the Cameron Young murder. I'm intrigued. You got me at cold cases. And Sloan enthusiastically begins her research by submitting her own DNA to an online genealogy site. Her goal is to better understand the treasure trove of genetic information contained on ancestry websites, but the results she receives are shocking. Raised by loving, supportive parents, Sloan has always known she was adopted, but her DNA profile suggests her true identity is that of Charlotte Margulis, aka Baby Charlotte, who captured the nation's attention when she and her affluent parents mysteriously vanished in July 1995. Despite a large-scale investigation and months of broad media coverage, there were never any suspects in the family's disappearance, and the case has been cold for decades. Color me intrigued. We are out of time, but we're going to do a quick cover, title, author, so we don't miss anybody. Of course, we could always go back on Friday, but I just don't want to have anybody miss out. Blind Spot by Maggie Smith, a psychological suspense. Every move she makes, someone's watching. A Rough Way to Go by Sam Goranzik. A stay-at-home father with something to prove finds a wealthy Wall Street investor's body washed up on the shore and decides to take an investigation into his own hands. American Gunner 2, Civil Liberties by Eddie Clark and D. Andrea Whitfield. More than a thriller, this pulse-pumping saga offers a captivating glimpse into a treacherous underworld filled with grit and suspense. Oh, we didn't get to this one. Maybe we'll do this one on Friday. We will. We'll do this one on Friday. Help me remember. And the last one we'll also do on Friday. Okay. Well, I found some options. Oh, sorry about that. Just closing down some tabs here. Sorry about that. Kim says, have a great day, everyone. I plan to do nothing today. Oh, I wish I could join you. Many thanks. Good to see you, Kim and Elena, too. Hope everyone has a great day. Going meeting later this morning. Oh, cool. So you're going to, well, that's a good reason to miss Thunder Horse Descendant. Ooh, I forgot to check for my order. I usually do that. Mary said, I like Truth, Truth, Lie. Sounded interesting. Yes, it did. There were, and the NYPD negotiators. I need to check out the second one. I might even have it. All right, guys, I have to rush to work. We've got a crew leaving early, and I'm the the key holder. I am the gate master. All right. We do have sprints tonight at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. Hope to see you. Bring a friend. Tell people. Let's grow. Otherwise, hope you have a very good Tuesday. Take care of yourselves. Read good books. And as the banner says here, don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Nom nom nom. Have a good day. God bless.